Hello, mortgage professionals. This is Christina Talkington, Head of Compliance for My Mortgage Trainer, bringing you another Compliance Corner. Today we are going to discuss some key things you need to know when scheduling your exam at a testing center. You may have seen our video on how to schedule your test in 3 easy steps. If you haven't, you can watch that next for helpful information on how to schedule. However, if you are debating whether to test at a testing center or test at home, this video is for you. Just as a reminder, prior to scheduling an appointment to take the SAFE MLO national test, a test enrollment window must be created and paid for in the NMLS. Please note that once you have opened your testing window, you have 180 days to schedule and take your test. Failure to accept the candidate agreement and/or take the test within those 180 days will result in the test enrollment window closing. The current testing center for the national test is Prometric. There are over 300 different Prometric locations across the United States. Test appointments at a testing center can be scheduled via the NMLS or by contacting Prometric at 1-877-671-6657, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Scheduling is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and can be made by visiting the Manage Test Appointments page in your NMLS account or by visiting the Prometric website. Once you have scheduled your test at a local Prometric and you have studied to the point where you know you're going to conquer this exam, here's what you need to know on test day. Candidates should report to the test center 30 minutes prior to their scheduled appointment and check in with the test center administrator. Upon arrival at Prometric test centers, candidates are photographed and scanned with a metal detector wand prior to each entry into a test room. All candidates must bring one form of a current, non-expired government-issued identification that includes the candidate's photo and signature. Some acceptable forms of ID would include your driver's license, your passport, or your military or police ID if you have those. Please be aware that the name on your ID must match your name as it appears on your NMLS account, so please make sure your NMLS account is accurate before scheduling your exam. At check-in, the test center administrator will verify that the identification presented matches the name in the test appointment system. Therefore, it is imperative that candidates who have changed their names provide the test center administrator with certified written documentation of that change. An example of this would be your marriage license, a divorce decree, or any other official form of documentation. Please note that no faxes or photocopies of these items will be accepted. After the check-in process is complete, the test center administrator will provide a whiteboard and a basic calculator. Personal calculators will not be permitted. You cannot write on the whiteboard before the test begins either. As no personal items are allowed in the testing room, candidates must store all personal items in a secured locker as instructed by the test center administrator, or return these items to their vehicles. All electronic devices must be turned off before storing them in a locker. Personal items include, but are not limited to, cellular phones, iPads, other electronic devices, pagers, if you're in the 90s, watches, wallets, purses, firearms, other weapons, for example swords. It's not likely they'll fit in the lockers provided anyway. Also prohibited hats, bags, coats, books and/or notes, pens or pencils. You'll be asked to empty and turn your pockets inside out prior to entry into the test room to confirm that you don't have any of these prohibited items. Security's tight. Additionally, dictionaries, books, papers, including scratch paper, and reference materials are not permitted in the test room. Candidates are strongly urged not to bring any of these materials to the test center. Furthermore, eating, drinking, chewing gum, smoking, unless you're on fire, and/or making noise that creates a disturbance for other candidates is prohibited during testing. Candidates are allowed to take unscheduled breaks. To request an unscheduled break, candidates must raise their hand to get the test center administrator's attention. Once granted that break, candidates must leave the testing room. The test clock will not stop when candidates are taking a break, thus candidates' test times will be shortened. Candidates are not permitted to leave the floor or building for any reason while on a scheduled or unscheduled break. If candidates are discovered to have left the floor or building, they may be dismissed. While taking an unscheduled break, candidates are not permitted to access personal items that are being stored during the test, including but not limited to cell phones, PDAs. Can we just please change this to mobile devices? Test notes, study guides, etc. Candidates who do not present the required items or bring in prohibited items will be denied admission to the test and considered absent, resulting in closure of their enrollment window and loss of their test enrollment fee. Once you're in the testing room, the NMLS Rules of Conduct, which are listed in Section 3 of the Candidate Agreement, will be presented to candidates prior to the start of their test. Additionally, candidates are required to complete a navigational tutorial prior to beginning a test. Candidates may repeat the tutorial as needed until they are comfortable with the general navigation used during the testing process. Any time spent in the navigation tutorial does not reduce the overall test time. Candidates may begin the test once they are familiar with the navigational options. The test begins the moment a candidate accesses the first test question. Candidates may choose to exit the test at any time, but the test will end automatically after the allotted time has expired. Candidates will be given an unofficial score report before leaving the test center. Before departing the test center, a printed score report is presented to the candidate by the test center administrator. The score report given at the test center is not official until the test results are posted in the NMLS. As you may recall, the minimum passing score is 75% as mandated by the SAFE Act. The test results become official once it's posted to the NMLS. We hope that you found this information useful in your journey to becoming licensed. Please remember that my mortgage trainer is always here to help you feeling prepared to pass that exam. Contact us at 317-566-0425 to discuss how we can help you. Also, please give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and join our Mortgage Professionals group to stay connected to important industry insights and other helpful Compliance Corner videos.